Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Welcome to your Thursday night, my good friends. I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. Still dry for now, but thunderstorms lingering to our west. The threat of severe weather for your Friday. I've got that and your full weekend forecast coming up.
Supreme Court Justice Richard Bernstein tried to get his absentee ballot this week.
It's kind of the irony of the entire thing that I could actually be on the ballot but not be able to get a ballot.
The battle escalating over voting rights for the blind as we get closer to the August primary.
An emotional tribute tonight for a young animal control officer hit and killed by a drunk driver. We're glad you're with us tonight at 11. Off the top, it's been 3 weeks since Darian Young's work truck was broadsided by that drunk driver while crossing M50 in Monroe Township.
Since then, there has been an outpouring of support for her family, especially from the law enforcement community. Jason Colthorpe is live tonight. Jay says she was very dedicated to her job.
And it all began, Kimberly, with a love of animals from her, but it went so far beyond that. She had a passion for it, and she carried that into her job with animal control that she'd only been doing a year, but was already getting tremendous results. She was great with horses, which is why she was part of the Sheriff's Office Mounted Division, and it was that dedication that drew hundreds of people downriver tonight to honor her.
Darian Young's dreams had come true, and she was just 24. She grew up in Monroe with a love of animals, especially horses, and landed her dream job last year with Monroe County Animal Control.
If she wasn't helping dogs, she was helping her horses. We figured she's rehomed over 100 horses.
Darian was an equestrian star through high school and finished 5th in a competition just a few weeks ago. Her fiance, Zach, shared that love of horses.
Her and her fiance just bought a horse farm, and they were planning on having their wedding in their barn. And I mean, they were there 2 weeks.
Best thing ever that could happen to Zach. It's just it's a love story like no other. I mean, it's like a movie.
But her dreams ended the morning of June 4th when a drunk driver ran a red light and smashed into her county vehicle. She died 2 days later and was laid to rest on the 13th with a horse-drawn carriage there to honor her.
And what's happened, like Aaron says, a blur. I don't even believe it yet. She was my daughter-in-law, even though they weren't married.
I talk to her every day. I talk to her 2-3 times a day. It's been really hard.
Tonight, hundreds from downriver Jeep clubs came together to form a convoy to again honor Darian, organized by people that didn't even know her, but came to know what she meant to their community.
What's going on here is amazing. I never imagined it.
They just bought a horse farm. It really breaks your heart when you hear about it. By the way, Jeeps, because Darian's family has a lot of Jeeps, love Jeeps. The Jeep community down there heard about it, wanted to do something, and they raised about $5,000 tonight. It's going to the Darian Young Memorial Fund, which is going back to animal control to care for animals. Reporting live tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
It's really tough. All right, Jason. Well, Andrew is in for Ben this evening, tracking our next threat for severe weather.
Yeah, Andrew, a nice and kind of cool night, but it won't stay like this for long.
That's right. We have calm conditions for right now, but less than 24 hours from now, we'll have a different picture outdoors. Outside, we're looking at mostly clear skies here in downtown Detroit, mild to cool depending on where you are. A cooler 61 degrees for our friends in Port Huron, while it's a milder 71 right here in Detroit over at Metro Airport. Looking lovely as we look at the downtown skyline with 71 degrees over at Metro, a wind out of the west at around 6 miles per hour and remaining comfortable. However, it becomes hotter tomorrow, and then after that, it becomes stormier. Thunderstorms lighting up areas of the western Midwest and Great Plains from Nebraska into Minnesota, also the Dakotas. All that is steadily marching in our direction. And so we have a chance of showers and thunderstorms late on Friday. And we've also seen an upgrade to our severe storm potential from just a slight risk less than 24 hours ago to now slight and also an enhanced risk, especially out toward Ann Arbor, parts of Oakland County into Livingston County and Genesee County. I'll break this down neighborhood by neighborhood, give you the storm timeline for your Friday, and give you your full weekend forecast in just moments.
All right, Andrew. Michigan Supreme Court Justice Richard Bernstein tried to go get his absentee ballot this week to vote, didn't go very well. And now advocates for the blind are once again not pleased with Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson. Mara McDonald live tonight with more on the issue here. Mara.
You know, Devin, the issue isn't really what happened to Justice Bernstein, but he sort of typifies the whole thing. And this is an issue that's been fought out in court since before May here in Michigan.
The thing that I'm really hoping for is I really would like to have the opportunity to vote.
So far, it's not going so well. Justice Bernstein, who is blind, went to Birmingham City Hall to fill out his absentee paperwork and get his ballot and have assistance voting.
I think what I experienced was the fact that they didn't have any idea what the protocol was.
To be clear, Bernstein has nothing bad to say about the workers here. He says they tried to help but had no direction on what to do. So he went away without a ballot or having voted. And right now going online to do it is not an option.
You go online today and there is no choice to get an absentee ballot. If you're able-bodied, you have no problem at all. If you're disabled, if you're blind and you want to get an accessible ballot, the sign says come back later, but you can't read the sign. And that's a real problem.
In the last 30 days, Turkish took the Michigan Secretary of State to federal court to force accessible access for the blind. And for the May election, an online option was available. I reached out to Benson's office. They say an online tool is coming, just unsure of when.
Mara, if you can request a ballot today, Justice Bernstein should be able to request a ballot today. Any other blind member of the Michigan electorate should be able to request a ballot today.
Back here live, to be clear, Turkish does not represent Bernstein, but what happened to Bernstein, really, you can tell, sticks in his craw. He's already been to federal court on this issue once this year. I asked him if he's willing to go back again. His answer was, it depends, but probably. We're live in Birmingham tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara, there are now more than 50 confirmed cases of COVID-19, all linked to an East Lansing bar.
The Ingham County Health Department says 49 people who visited Harper's have tested positive. There are also 2 secondary cases linked to the bar, meaning they never went to the bar, but likely got the virus from someone who did. The cases range in ages from 16 to 28.
Statewide, we had our highest one-day total of new COVID-19 cases so far for this month. That's 353. And as we go through this uptick in new cases, Mayor Duggan says the city of Detroit is going to be increasing its enforcement against restaurants and bars, making sure they stay at 50% capacity.
You could have 2 or 3 establishments spark a new burst of COVID in this community. And we can't have that happen. What's going to happen is just as what's happened in Jacksonville and a number of other places. The governor is going to step back in and shut everybody else back down again. And so I'm not going to allow a handful of people who don't follow the rules potentially to shut down every other business in this town.
Mayor says police and the health department will be visiting each restaurant and bar where they receive complaints and warn them that if they don't obey the orders, they will be shut down. Now, meanwhile, in Washington, the White House announcing tonight Vice President Mike Pence will lead a public coronavirus task force briefing tomorrow morning, the first public meeting in almost 2 months. And that comes, of course, as 30 states are seeing a surge in cases, including the very populated states of Texas, Florida, and California.
It's an event that attracts thousands of boaters every year, and tomorrow, Joby Nooner will go on despite concerns about coronavirus. This will be the 46th year the event will be held on Lake St. Clair near Gull Island. Organizers are requesting everyone party safely and maintain social distance. Macomb County Sheriff Anthony Wickersham tells us his Marine Division will be on site to make sure everything stays safe, but that deputies will not be there to enforce social distancing.
A man wanted for domestic violence leads state police on a chase with young children in the car. Dashcam video shows the final moments as troopers caused the driver to spin out near the Davison and I-96. He was there immediately arrested. The children inside were taken to the hospital, though that was just as a precaution. MSP says the chase started because of a report of domestic violence on I-94 in Taylor. Police said the driver ran into a police cruiser before they were able to finally stop him.
Meanwhile, Macomb County prosecutors charge a driver accused of leading police on this chase with his wife and 1-year-old child in the truck. It started at Sterling Heights and ended after the driver smashed through a homeowner's fence in Harrison Township. The wife and child were not hurt. 32-year-old Jason Van Coyle of Clinton Township is charged with fleeing and eluding and destruction of personal property.
Major changes coming to Michigan's no-fault auto insurance laws, and that starts next week. For the first time in more than 40 years, you will have a choice in what coverage you want when it comes to PIP, personal injury protection. A consortium of trial lawyers and medical organizations is encouraging you to keep those unlimited benefits and points to cases like the one of Amora Page Harris, the young girl who was hit by a car last year, and her bills surpassed $500,000 in a week.
The unlimited coverage is the best coverage to make sure that your loved one could live a sustainable life throughout the duration of their living.
Now, if you have employer-provided health care that qualifies, you can opt out of personal injury protection on your auto insurance or reduce your coverage levels, or you can keep it, of course, as unlimited. But the best advice is to call your agent, get a quote, and shop around.
Still ahead, a big night for Ford.
We're going to show you what the all-new redesigned F-150 looks like in just a minute.
A wife desperately holding on to her husband who fell into raging waters, what she's crediting for the life-saving rescue.
But first, new information on who is most at risk of getting the coronavirus and why the reported number of cases